Live.
This is going to put me to sleep.
Yep. Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Beer Analysis 101 with your host, Maxwell Starr. Tonight, we're doing a beer that was, my can of it was sent to me by Greg, but I know he likes hearing his name being yelled out.
Yay!
We're doing something from Great Lakes Brewery in Etobicoke, Apocalypse Later, which is a 10% ABV Imperial Black IPA. Anyway, first and foremost, let's get down to the panel that we have with us tonight, and we have Mr. Off the 10th ogling the can.
What? We're off the 10th? Yes, I'm here. I'm very close. My face is very close today on camera, and I'm also shooting at the camera focus speed. Where were you at? Fucking 2.0. Anyway, hi. I'm here. I'm on day shift this week, so I'm gonna join, and next week I won't be here. Sorry. Don't cry now.
Don't cry for me,
Sorry.
Argentina.
Sorry.
Don't knock your can.
Thanks for having me here. Thanks, Greg, for the can of beer. Good
Yeah,
times.
thanks, Greg.
I'm very excited for this beer. Very, very excited for this beer. I love you, Greg.
How you doing, Redbeard? Now that you can start talking.
Doing good. Doing very good.
Yeah, peace.
Cheers.
Word. And Mr. Sextoneer. Greg.
Well, I just finished testing out 2 winter jackets. Coming for you, Sexton. And now I'm about to drink this nice warm beer and smelling it. I'm kind of sad I sent you fuckers 4 cans because I'd like to have 4 more cans of this.
Ooh.
So that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah. All right. And Mr. Sexton.
Good thing he opened it already.
Well, my resolution still sucks. My cam is shitty, and I'm the same distance away. My voice is letting out, and I'm going back to work tomorrow. So thanks for having me.
Dress warm.
On vacation this whole time?
I was off from last Wednesday to today.
Oh. Still.
Good time off.
Lucky bastard.
I am. Thank you.
All right. Let's go back over to moi, which I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking.
We don't
Meh.
All right, so let's get down to history. And it's not like we haven't heard the history on Great Lakes beer before, considering we had a sort of surprise episode there on Saturday we did. But Apocalypse Later, I don't even know if I really should need to read this. We all know the story of Great Lakes Brewery starts with Brampton, Ontario, when it was opened by Bruce Cornish and a group of 4 silent partners. They chose the name Great Lakes because the 5 founders had a dream of opening a brewery along all the Great Lakes. Brewery began as a malt extract brewery, making a lager and an ale. Anyway, within 4 years, Cornish and his partners went out of business, and Etobicoke construction magnate Peter Balut Sr. had agreed to purchase the brewery in 1990. Balut Sr. made the switch to an all-grain brewery and relocated the brewery to its modern-day location in Etobicoke in 1991, which is literally a short walk from Greg's place, where you can buy all the beers. Balut Sr. made this, and of course, 2000 they started selling bottles at the retailer, starting with their Golden Horseshoe Premium Lager and Red Leaf Lager, which I think you can still get Red Leaf, in bottles. 2006, they launched Devil's Pale Ale 666 at the Toronto Festival of Beer, which became one of the first craft brewed hoppy pales beer in LCBO, and it was listed in 2007, and it started the gradual trend towards hoppier beers in Ontario. 2009, Balut Sr.'s health was declining, and his children stepped in to take day-to-day operations, which this change brought with it a new brewing team and new brands and marketing that led to success for the brewery. Balut Sr. would pass away in 2010, leaving his kids in command. Other beers from Great Lakes Brewing include Canuck Pale Ale, Pompous Ass English Ale, Red Leaf Lager, RoboHop Imperial IPA, Octopus Wants to Fight, and many more. Yeah, we've done this anyway. So I couldn't really find a whole lot of information about Apocalypse Later, except that it's a 10% ABV, 100 IBU Black IPA, originally launched on tap in January of 2012. As Apocalypse Later 999, a double black IPA, so it had a slightly different name, mostly the same, which was, of course, named after the fact it was 99 IBUs and 9.99% ABV, which I doubt it's changed. They just rounded it up to get rid of the 999. Anyway, cool story, bro. Let's go back over to how people are doing tonight and see if Mr. Off the 10th, first of all, has any history with this beer.
I do not. I've never had this beer. Again, thank you, Greg, for supplying me with this
You're
beer
welcome.
that I paid for.
So it worked out better for me then.
Hashtag no free beer from Greg.
Nope.
None. Yeah, I've never had it, and I've cracked it open. I've poured it in my glass, and I've already started drinking it. So technically, I have had it.
You've had it now? Huh? What?
Huh? Ewart? Huh?
All right. Mr. Redbeard, what's your history on Olay beer?
This much of it.
Crap. The awkward smile is the best.
Yeah.
He's not even smiling underneath that thing. He's just wearing a sheet of despair.
Wow.
It fits so well. It fits so well.
I'm tempted to leave it here just like for a couple minutes. Make up for the time. Shit. All right. So, Greg, I don't know. Should we really ask you? You know, you got the longest and most extensive history.
I've never had it before.
Yeah, right. Bullshit.
Okay, well, I don't know when the first time I've had it because it came out before I started Untapped. Because my first Untapped is November 1st, 2014. But that's when I untapped 500 beers in one night. So I was really drunk. But I have had every single batch this has come out. I absolutely love this stuff. I usually buy at least 12 of them every time they release it, which is usually only once, maybe twice a year nowadays. So I get it while I can. Yeah, I don't know. There's not really much to say about it. It's usually really consistently good. It's also cheap. It's like I forget what it is, $4 a can now or something. So it's really good value. And there's also an Apocalypse Much Later, which I've had before. And that's a barrel-aged version of this, which is also excellent. I'd love to get cans of that. But they've only released that once, to my knowledge. So that I can remember anyway. So, but if we ever get that, we'll anal that as well. And there's also an only on tap Apocalypse Way Later. And I don't even know what that is because I've never had it. But and there's only like 5 check-ins worldwide, so it's like it's apparently like a brewery thing.
Well, guess who lives close to the brewery?
They probably just forgot about a cask of it that they'd set aside.
That must be it because I'm looking at it and it's obviously there's 45 check-ins like at all, so that's got to be like it was a brewery only event they released it or something. Yeah.
Sounds like
but hey, here's hoping they'll release it at some point. I'd love to try it, but the Much Later might come out again, and I hope it does.
Nice. Hopefully, it'll come out much later.
Yeah, Nick.
Wow.
Keep going, buddy.
Terrible.
Good Lord. All right. Speaking of terrible, hey Ash, what's your history with this beer?
I'm here to class this place down a little bit. This is my first time. This is actually my first time with Apocalypse Later. I thought I had it, but I have not. But I mean, much like everything GLB, I've had most of their Tank 7 and Tank 10 stuff. So I'm a little surprised I haven't had this one. So, but that's all the history I have. I'm already we'll call that 1/3 of the way through.
Nice.
There we go.
I'm gonna go back to myself here, but I gotta say that I'm actually kind of surprised to hear that not many people in here actually have a history with this beer, considering I not only had it recently, I had this beer way back in 2015 at the Albino Rhinos bottle share that we did. I think Greg had actually brought it to that share.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure maybe Chad had it before, because I tried looking for the review that we did, because I know I didn't do the review on it. I think it might have been Paul or somebody, but I can't find it on his channel. So I tried and failed. But that's my history with Apocalypse Later. I had it 5 years ago almost, and that was the only time I've had it.
Wow.
But I gave it 3.75 out of 5. We'll see what I give it tonight. But all right. Let's go with some comments. I see there are some comments there. Who wants to read them? Anybody volunteer that, Ashley?
Yeah, they're mostly mine, so I'll read it.
Right.
So Kent, Craig from Kent Beer Reviews, he's cheers brothers. Eric's in the chat, says cheers fools. And I was like exchanging pleasantries, asking them what they were drinking. Eric is drinking a black IPA. Craig from Kent Beer Reviews is drinking a strawberry and cucumber sour. Lee jumped in the chat. And resting bitch beard face. That's there we go. And then I was asking Eric which one, and the Troubadour West. Yeah, okay. I saw that one pop up on your. I was on your Facebook earlier. Maybe it wasn't that long ago. I don't know. I had that a few weeks ago. It was actually pretty good. And then Craig's drinking a strawberry and cucumber sour, to which I said, "The fuck is that?"
I
Wow.
haven't seen that come in.
That's
Oh,
it.
there it is. The fuck?
The
was that?
fuck?
The fuck.
What? What? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Take this
And
off.
that's-
Let's go to the panel view so we can see what everybody's saying. Oh, I haven't really come up with some final thoughts yet. So anybody want to talk?
Nope, don't want to talk. No, I'm just kidding. We'll talk amongst ourselves.
That's
This
fine.
beer is goddamn delicious.
It
Hey
is.
guys, has anyone tried warm jackets lately?
Say what?
I can't wait till we get past the jacket season.
Man.
When it's like July, it's 32 degrees Celsius.
I still have to test them. But
Hey man, it still rains. There's still rain jackets. There's
That's
still
Oh, Jesus. How long are we gonna go with this fucking jacket thing?
the bearded
That you
fellow.
think is the whole phase that Greg is going through, like, touching your penis in public or something. Five.
I do touch my penis in public quite often.
So you haven't grown into that yet either.
No, never. Never. My wife has to tell me to stop grabbing my stuff.
The funny thing about all this is I'm not even feeding into this joke. I'm like staying out of it. You guys just keep going yourself.
You're staying out of it until you finally are a big part of it.
But the thing is, your silence makes you more powerful. Like it's like when you see the villain too much, they lose all their luster. But when they're they're hiding in the background, they're more powerful. Like think about the Emperor in Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back versus the new Star Wars, where he's just front and center the whole time.
The day that Greg finally is able to sexton actually needs to be back to the camera, not even realize Greg comes in, and when Greg comes in, he's just like wearing a cloak or something, and then do the whole turn and reveal. That would be the best fucking thing ever.
Sounds creepy.
Although you have no idea when it's going to happen, so from now on, Ashley, you just have to always have some kind of eerie cloak on and always face away from the customers.
Exactly.
Until Greg finally sextons.
And then with your finger on the security button.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Listen, we will sexton. He won't know when. It may be in the middle of July. I'll be wearing my Mountain Hardware parka, but we will sexton.
Looking like a shoplifter wearing a jacket in the middle of summer.
How come security's not coming?
Yeah,
Why is security not coming?
I did 4 hours of retail in my entire life, and in that 4 hours of training, I basically learned that everything you guys do is to fucking thwart shoplifters. Like, you guys aren't actually saying hi to me because you want to say hi to me. You're saying hi to me because you're like, we know you're fucking there, we're watching you.
That's what greeting your customers is all about.
Yeah.
Trust no one.
Yeah, welcome to our awesome store. Fuck you. You steal something, I break your legs.
All right.
We're still on the topic.
Hey, don't worry. I'll be reviewing running shoes and beer soon enough.
Oh my god.
You can be Han Yolo.
Why not?
That's what he does.
I don't know who Han Yolo is. I just assumed.
He's a beer tuber
Oh.
who does beer and running shoes.
Oh.
He does.
Well, then I can't do that. I gotta have original ideas. I'll find some other weird niche item to get into.
Why don't you fucking start a channel about your Camaro and fucking do some shit with that?
I don't have anything that interesting to say. There's a lot of channels about Camaros, and they do more interesting shit. Like, there's a dude called Lethal Camaro that has Camaro modified to 700 horsepower. It's pretty cool, but that's not me. So I also
Did
don't
you say
have,
7 more horsepower?
700.
700
Oh,
horsepower.
I thought you said 7 more horsepower.
Yeah.
Woo!
He added that
Skyrocketing.
hamster wheel.
7 more horsepower. That's like putting a different filter on.
Yeah, I put the air filter in. Woo! He's got 7 horses.
Fucking six.
He just-
Six mod, bro.
He just
Sick
he
mod,
just
bro.
put 7 horse magnets on his car.
Adding horsepower.
2 hamsters.
That's right.
Fuck, you could just take a big dump and get an extra 7 horsepower.
All right, so can we circle back to this beer, Nick?
Oh,
Are
we're
you done?
doing beer?
Yeah,
What are
we're
you
doing
doing,
we're doing a beer review. This is the actual beer analysis. We haven't.
Nick's like typing away.
I'm typing
Probably-
because I'm typing all my thoughts down here before I hear everybody talk.
Oh, wow.
Do their final spiel here. I'm like, I want my opinions to be my own, bitch.
All right, I'm first.
All right, let's go.
My dog just farted.
Let's go to me.
No.
What the hell?
Oh Jesus!
It's gotta be It's gotta be radar.
Goddamn you. Or is it Raider?
Anyway, unless he's got the beer, which he can post in the private chat and says yes, he does.
If Raider has this beer, I would be incredibly impressed that he's
Yeah, because I think it's a brewery only thing. Sorry, we'll do.
He
we're
says
doing
I
a-
does, but he's lying. He's lying.
Anyway, all right. So, Mr. Off the Tent, what do you have? What do you think? What's your opinions?
I'm gonna bring the
What?
score down right off the hop.
Oh, hops.
Oh,
See what I did there?
Uh,
See what I did there? Yeah,
That was awful.
When I first started drinking this, I was like, I don't like it. Then I kept drinking it. I was like, I still don't like it. And as I keep drinking it, it's still not that great. 10 out of 10. No, I'm just kidding. This one, for me, I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. I'm not liking black lagers, black IPAs very much. I mean, there's some that I have had and that I don't mind. Like, I don't know. This one for me, it's a high IBU. It's fucking bitter. It's piney. But I mean, I'm used to all that stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm kind of not. My palate isn't liking it right now, to be honest with you. I can appreciate what it is, to be honest with you. I mean, it's a black IPA and it's hitting the mark. I mean, you got all kinds of pine resin on this one. You're getting a little bit of chocolate in this one. You're picking up it's very dry, which is fine. I mean, you got to keep going back and keep drinking it. I mean, that's the whole idea, right? But so for a black IPA, I'm going to give it props. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. But personal enjoyment, it is what it is. I mean, I'm not a big fan of it. I'm going to have to give it a 6 out of 10 for my own personal enjoyment.
Damn.
This one, I was going to talk about the ABV, 10%. You can't tell this is 10%. There's no alcohol burn at all in this one whatsoever on the palate or in the chest. No warming or anything like that. And I give it props for that. That's why I'm giving it that 9 out of 10 for style. But 6 out of 10 for personal enjoyment. Sorry, guys. That's all. Thank you.
Just for that, I'm adding an extra 10 jacket reviews.
Yeah, we're gonna just add 3 points to Chris's style just because. All right, Mr. Redbeard.
12 out of 10 on style.
Try bringing down this review. I don't think you will.
I basically agree with everything Chris said, except I find nothing to be wrong in any of those things. This is like it's an imperial stout, basically, that they added some really nice hoppy bitterness and there's like some juicy flavors in there too. This is the best black IPA. I think it's the first Imperial Black IPA I've ever had, but best blessed black IPA I've ever had in my life. 10-10 all day long. 10-10.
Definitely blessed.
Fucking delicious. 10-10. 10-10.
10 and 10. There you go. That'll help make up for what Chris did.
I love this. This is so fucking good.
I almost wrote 20 on the scores. I was like, oh, it's
Wow.
a perfect 10. Is that like a critical hit? So it's 20.
So good.
All right. Anyway, nerd joke aside, let's go to the Sextoneer.
It's RPG joke.
Anyway, Greg, what do you think?
You probably can just discount my score because it's GLB, so I'm going to overrate it. But I'll try and say a little interesting. Again, I agree with everything Chris does. I think it just comes down to what do you like. I like a pine slap in the face. I generally do not like black IPAs because I find they're just kind of stouts that just have a little bit of bitterness and they kind of take away from the good stoutiness. Whereas this one, I find it's definitely more on the IPA side, but I find this one just keeps enough of the stout and just just gives you that real IPA punch in the face of pine, like really old school. And again, I mean, it's super drinkable. The one thing I'll say with batch to batch variation, which I kind of held my tongue earlier, I do think the old batches are a little better because they were thicker. You really felt like there was really a heavier beer. I think it's actually the beer is thinned out a little bit. That being said, I like it's still so good. I can't really fault it for that. It's just something I noticed, and it may be just in my head because I have a lot of weird things going through my head. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, I completely agree with Redbeard. It is the best black IPA I've ever had. Granted, I've probably only had maybe 10 in my life, and most of them are not Imperial. And like I said, I generally don't find black IPAs are that good. But this one is. So I'm going to go style a 10. And personal enjoyment, I'm also going to go at 10 because it's one of my favorite beers.
Wow.
Now, the weird thing about this is I actually do feel this has faded a little bit. I think it was a tad better a month ago. So that would have been an 11, I suppose. But I really can't fault this beer because I like it so much. So even as it is now, yeah, it's still 10 for me. And
Bias.
You can discount my score because GLB pays me for this. So. Also, this is brought to you by Founders. Hi, Nick.
Fuck you. All right. DoorDash. Follow that racist glass up.
You gotta love the beer can novelty glass I got.
Oh, that's
Super classy. It was a gift from one of my associates for Christmas. So
It's the best. That's the best glass I've seen.
I love this glass. This is a great glass. I love it, and it's it's a full size. Like it'll hold the entire.
It's the best glass I've seen tonight, man. It's just.
It's not racist. That's for sure. So it has open hiring practices.
Not yet, anyway.
Oh. Okay.
So this is first off, right off the bat, you just don't see a lot of black IPAs on the market, and I don't go from brewery to brewery to find stuff. So yeah, my exposure to black IPAs is pretty limited. I honestly can't even tell you what I've had in the past that's been a black IPA, but I think in my mind I sort of formulated an idea as to what this should taste like. The aroma is like, if you're to close your eyes and not look at this and take a whiff, you're just thinking you're getting into a big dank, like West Coast, super piney, resinous, weedy, type of like IPA. But then when you take that sip and very heavy on the chocolate, a little bit lighter than I was hoping for on the char, but it's just like I'm going to go against with what Greg said. I'm going to say that this is pretty medium to high bodied for an IPA at least. But I don't have a base of comparison, so I don't know what this was like before. So yeah, you just get like this. You know what this reminded me of when I drank it? Excluding the fact that it's a black IPA, this reminded me a lot of the Radio the Mothership from Collective Arts, and that it was just like a really rich malt body with old school like hop notes from it. I just honestly wish that this was a little bit lighter on the chocolate notes and a little bit heavier on the char. I wanted this to drink a little bit lighter. I don't like when I drank this, I was sort of wishing it was right around 7 to 8% versus 10 because I just found it a little bit too thick, just a little bit too much. I would prefer if this drank more like a black. I'm going to say a Schwarzbier, although I know that's a lager, but I wish this would drank a little bit more like, I guess, a porter than it does an Imperial Stout.
It's 10%.
I know. I'm just saying. I would actually prefer it was at 8%, like a 7.
Oh, okay. I get what you're talking about.
Than 10%. Sorry, I didn't mean to misconstrue what I was trying to say there. I just think that this style is a little bit better suited for lower ABV because then otherwise this just tastes like an Imperial IPA or an Imperial Stout with a whole shit ton of hops added at the end. I'd much rather it be curated as an IPA with like darker nuances rather than the flip side. So fuck, I'm just splitting hairs at this stage. It's a very tasty beer. It's doing me pretty right. I'm going to give this for style. I'll give this an 8.5. And then for personal preference, I'm going to give this a 7.75, just because I just wish it was a little bit lighter. That's all. I would definitely buy it again, and I'd be happy to drink it again.
I'm curious, Ashley, and you can answer this later if I'm interrupting Nick, but I'm just curious what black IPAs you've had that you've enjoyed more than this.
See, and that's the thing. As I said at the beginning, going into this, I haven't had a lot of black IPAs. I just sort of had a thought in my mind as to what it should be like.
Okay.
But even still, this beer, just looking at it, like as a 10%, you know that this is an outlier as a black IPA. Right off the bat. Not everyone who's making a black IPA is not making him 10%. Right? So.
Right on. All right. So I'm going to go back to this here. Do you seriously have the beer?
No.
Okay.
I gotta say though, I mean, he was actually reading.
I see the comments in the chat. I'm like, oh, you really have the beer?
Oh, wow.
No, just anybody who's not here from the beginning when you introduce people should just kind of be ignored and left to the side until the after show.
I don't mind people showing up late, but if you get really,
and you know what, Radar, though, we're happy to have you. Please join us in the after chat.
Yeah, exactly. Join the after chat. All right, so my own opinion. Sorry, Chris. When it comes to this beer, is that this beer is incredibly smooth and easy drinking. Semi-sweet chocolate and piney hops, grapefruit, passion fruit, dark roast coffee. Got a very medium body, but that almost seems to like disappear in the back of the palate, leaving just a lingering chocolate, coffee, and a touch of resin. This thing is extremely deceptive drinking. You can't tell that this is 10% ABV. This drinks, it kind of reminds me like of an Imperial Porter, but it drinks like it's only like 7% or so. There's no warming, there's no booze in it for 10%. That's incredible, I find, especially for something like this, and it goes down super easy. Imperial Porter with a lot of hops is what I think it is. So yeah, I got to say that as far as like, I've never had a double black or an Imperial Black before, but I've had black IPAs, and this thing here is like really top notch when it comes to black IPAs. I've not enjoyed a real black IPA as much as I've enjoyed this, I think. So I think for the style, I'm going to give that a 9.5. I feel like there's not much you can do better for execution on that beer. As for overall enjoyment, really loving it. 9. So, without further ado, we just lost 3 viewers after I started talking. So,
well, you offended them.
Yeah.
I think it was me. I was a little long-winded. Yeah. It was like blowing hot air.
Anyway, I want to also share the fact that we've got 2 virtual people.
What?
Oh, interesting.
There you go. All right, so let's do this one.
Hey, boys.
You hear that?
Thanks for having me on your BA 101 there, Nick. Whoa. From GLB.
I shared the audio.
Black IPA, not a style.
There we go.
I've had like 10 of them, and of the 10 I've had, there's probably only 2 that I've liked. This is one of them. GLB. I've been really enjoying their beers as of late. I've had their new beers, but new to me, this one, and the Solstice was really good. And then their new LCPO offering IPA, which was really good. But I'll just quick give you my scores. I'm going to give it 4.5s all around. Style and enjoyment. It's a great beer. I like the artwork. It's kind of funny, a little different, kind of stands out. And yeah, it's nice and roasty and, I don't know, weird in a good way, which black IPAs, they tend to be either kind of just weird or weird in a good way, which this one is. So I don't know, kind of babbling, but yeah, enjoyable. Thank you. Have a good night.
Right on. Cheers, Jamie.
That was some weird audio for a minute there.
Yeah. I gave it 4.5s all around.
That must have been out of 5. That must have been out of 5 though, because he was like talking good about it. So
yeah, like 9s. I wrote them down as 9s. So.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
All right, and we actually do have one more virtual presence, and guess who it is? Who do you guys think it is?
I have no idea.
Chris Peters? We got one vote for Chris Peters. Lee,
Lee.
you lives nowhere near the brewery. Can't get the beer.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess you have to wait and be surprised. Actually, did I share the audio correctly on that?
The albino rhino.
Yeah, the albino rhino got in Pervernatuk where they want to give the pussy.
He's drinking it from a caribou carcass.
All right, here we go. Shit. No
It's the
sound.
white guy. Oh, it's got to be you.
Let's see what's in the fridge today.
Silk. Soy milk.
So, I don't see any Perrier.
There, you're looking at this fucking thing. I like this beer, actually. I'll be honest with you.
Could have come on
It's been a
tonight.
minute since I had it. Reviewed it on
Really quiet.
2014-ish, 2015. They have the Apocalypse something even later, I think. Anyways, I love this can. I typically like black IPAs, although they're really just hoppy porters. Look at this.
Hoppy porter?
I mean, it smells great. Thanks for Ashley for hooking me up with this one. All right, pretty piney. It's definitely a bit roasty. That's why, like I said, it's a hoppy porter. You can get some underlying, like, even a bit of chocolate and coffee underneath all that. Fine. All right, get into this. God damn. That beer is great. I love it. I mean, it is actually quite velvety. Wow. Man, fucking love this beer. Honestly, I give 4.5 on Untapped. Last few times I had it. Better than I remember, to be frank. Man. Yeah. Style, Black IPA is so weird. It's hard to really I haven't really had a good benchmark. This is just my favorite one, I think. Benchmark, in terms of style, I give this 4.5. Personal enjoyment, giving this a solid 4.75. Personal enjoyment. Peace.
Nice. So there you go.
Fucking
you're-
people that come on this shit and don't understand the rating format. My God, Jesus.
Well, I
just imagine like Baby Yoda with Yui's face. How cute would that be?
somebody's all right. Jamie, need to Photoshop that.
Yeah, we need it.
That'd be
Our
fun.
most recent comment was actually in relation to what Teku Murray's in the comments saying, "Shut that dog up."
He's not
It's your fucking dog. All right, so while I do the scores up, let's go back over to the comments.
Huh?
offense. My dog.
Okay. Where did
Do your
I-
job, bitch.
Wow.
Excuse me.
Shut up, Redbeard.
You know I love him. Fuck you.
Craig was asking, Greg, have you ever had Hellwoods from Bellwoods?
I have many times, and there's a new batch which I'm going to try and go grab at some point. But it's a little inconvenient to drive to because it's 15 minutes away. But yes,
No.
I had many, many, many times, and it's a really great beer.
And according to Craig, that strawberry whatever fucking Goza was an old can found in the back of the fridge. Strawberry had dropped off as expected. Eric and Craig are going back about that black IPA that Eric is drinking. Eric also says someone gave me CR Deluxe Suns for Christmas. I don't. What's wrong with people like Chris? I have no idea what that's in reference to or what that beer is, but maybe someone can enlighten me. It's not just my bag, says Chris. Fuck your glass, Sexton, says Jamie from Basement. Eric says it's hot garbage. Teku Murray says, fuck you, Nick. Radar says, thanks, D. Jeff. Caribou Horn. Oh my God, it's Ewert. Shut that dog up. Oh, it's 15 minutes away. Has a Camaro. And that is it.
I have a Camaro in Toronto traffic, so really having a Camaro is no different than having a bicycle in terms of how fast I can get there.
It depends on how GTA you want to drive, kind of thing, you know.
I can stop being.
Oh yeah, well, I'm still doing. I'm doing something with my keyboard here, so yeah.
Nick is jacking off on his keyboard.
You wish.
Yes, I do. That is my wish, Nick.
Like if there's no cops around, you're willing to like run red lights and risk people's lives. You know, you can get.
Did you
pretty
guys?
fast.
Did you guys hear about
Regardless of
those
your car.
guys that drove from the east to the west coast of the U.S. in 27 hours?
Holy shit!
No,
how fast
really?
are they going?
Yeah, you gotta.
What's the normal
It's
time
like
to do it?
It's like a 3-day trip.
Really?
27 hours. They used like a network of people who were following the route and letting them know if there were going to be speed traps. They were using drones to scout ahead. They were doing a whole bunch of shit.
They do they had like a gumball rally type thing, but they had like a big network of people to kind of coordinate and make sure no one got stopped.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah, like 26 or 27 hours.
I've actually I've been
of
addicted to the Grand Theft Auto roleplay stuff I've been watching, and they've done a couple things like that.
Yeah,
going from one end of the map to the other, but they got like the cops being played by real people. And
oh, are you serious?
Yeah, it's fucking cool, man. It's really fun, and yeah, it's a whole different way to play the game. It's crazy that it's even been done. It's so neat.
Roleplay.
So what kind of car did they go in, Ash?
You know what? I have no idea. I can't remember. I read the article like 2 weeks ago, and it just popped up on my feed on Twitter or something. Just again today, it just made me think about it. So it's pretty fresh. You can Google it; it'll come right up.
That's insane. So it was more than one person, I'm assuming.
Yeah, they had a rotation of people driving.
Oh, so it wasn't even one person that drove. It was like okay, I thought like a group of people and a group of cars that would kind of like. But yeah, that's interesting. I wonder what it cost all told to like do all that.
Probably way too much than it should have.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Human ingenuity. All these efforts are put forth, and it's just like way too much money for very little.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like
you did this thing. You put all this effort forth when you could have focused it on something useful, maybe, and actually been productive with it. But you know, it's like there's a video. I'm sure there's a couple on YouTube. And Manhattan, if you see like the map of Manhattan, there's the ring road that goes all the way around the island.
Okay.
There's like unofficial records for driving around that.
Oh, really?
And some of those, I guess one person from Canada or something did it and came back to Canada and like posted the video. And I think he got like extradited back to the States to get fucking charged or some shit for it. Because he did it fast. Yeah. He was. I don't know if he blew any red lights, but he was like he timed everything so fucking perfectly. It was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the real life version of speed runs. Like
kind of
video game speed runs. Like except for you're in a sports car.
I've watched people exactly. I've watched people do like the Metroid speed runs.
Yeah.
And it just angers me. Like I spent like years of my childhood playing that game. And
Metroid was one of the first games that had a whole lot of secrets that you had to find and shit. Like you had to put bombs
like if you beat it
and
under 3 hours, you get a special ending with Samus taking her shirt off. You know, like her suit off.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
In Nick's mind, it was the whole deal.
Actually,
I was a huge fan of Metroid.
You may not be that good at Metroid, and you may never be able to complete a Metroid game at that point, but you've seen the inside of a woman's vagina, and these speedrunners likely have not.
You've seen the inside of a have you?
How do you see it? Like, you have one of those cameras like those for checking like inside things like in cars or something like Rhino had?
You get that at home. You get that a fucking at home pap smear test or something.
See, now I feel you guys are just way too interested in Ashley's sex life, and that makes you guys a bunch of perverts.
Oh, that's pretty high. Not as high as our impromptu.
It's not as high as Solstice, which I think will still go down in records as the best. It was really Chris's rating that brought it down.
Yes. This is good. Actually, speaking of, wasn't on that one, but he drank it. What did you?
I did a video of it. It's I've submitted it to my marketing department. They're working on it.
Okay, I missed it.
It hasn't come out yet.
It hasn't come out yet.
Fair enough. I missed that. Did you say it?
I'm not doing the advent calendar, so there's no like chop to this sort of shit. It just sort of happens as it happens.
You can take your time on it. And
exactly.
You don't have to no rush schedule or anything.
Put the effort forth, Ashley.
You can make sure that all the CG is perfect and everything.
Yeah, there you go. You can render it multiple times to get that perfect look and stuff, you know. Run the filters through.
No filters. So there, that's a pretty good score.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It is a pretty good score, but I'm kind of disappointed that it didn't get a 9 in overall. But hey, whatever. What else? I mean, Chris ensured that.
Oh, we got a new comment
let me try
with an interesting spelling of the word douches on it. I must say, well done
Is
there.
it Douchler? Okay, so
Deuces.
I mean, douche here.
Douchler, like
And actually, that's not even how you'd spell deuces.
I'm trying to find where
I'm sorry,
we dropped
Lee.
off in the comments.
I can't help it.
I don't. Where's that comment? Gets there is the same time but looks douche. What the fuck?
Douchier. It was Teku.
Oh.
That's not the actual comment. It's the newest comment that probably hasn't come up in the actual.
Are you asking me to read it?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Sorry, son. Wrap it up. What's next week's beer, deuces?
Oh. Where's the next week's beer shit?
Oh.
It's the newest comment that hasn't
I haven't seen the
on
comment
screen
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going through the
I
comments
ignored all
over
that
here.
stuff. Yeah, Camaros and fucking Polish people. I was just like, yeah.
Yeah, Camaros.
Yeah, Polish people.
Polish should be building Camaros and okay. Radar needs a radar detector.
No.
Radlar detector.
All
right.
That's like written in Klingon. What the hell?
Dehoosh.
Beer
Nomicron. Lee Russell killed those Komen. Willed those Komen. All right. Let's go back over to the main panel here and say what is next week's beer since somebody actually did answer it. I can't see the comment. We're going to do a Westmall double.
Wow,
hopefully Redbeard gets
nice.
this in time. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I picked that up in the Moncton A&D.
That one's not me getting it in time. I'm not going to be on that one.
Well, Greg's going to send you one over the weekend. Hopefully you get it Feed Express.
You'll get it.
Oh, I didn't realize you would send me one of those. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Fine. Thanks, Greg. I
If
love you.
not, just review it, I guess. Yeah, so next week's beer, we're going back to the Trappist. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
There's a trap.
It's a tarp. All right, we have 10 viewers right now. We had I saw up to 14, unless somebody else saw higher.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah, well, thank you for watching for this, whatever this is on a Wednesday night. I suppose people might be bored.
Damn you, Jamie. That's disgusting.
What does he say? Ash, your voice sounds
Ash, your
raspy.
voice sounds raspy. Greg has something in your throat. Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
fucking jacket.
It's something in your, this is for your throat, not in your throat.
Oh, God. Okay, that's even worse.
I mean, to be fair, I haven't been able to reach Ashley's throat yet, but
So wrong.
Oh, get a Greg in your throat.
Time to go.
All righty, we're gonna sign off and focus on Redbeard here because thank you for everybody for watching. Thanks for coming on, and we'll pop up with the penis after chat.
Cheers, everyone.
Penis.